The woman who called from my own house, inspired by unexplained events in rural Pennsylvania, USA. The call, my name is Daniel Carter. I'm 31 years old, and if someone had told me this story a year ago, I would have laughed. But after what happened, I never answer unknown calls after midnight. It all started on a cold October night. In a quiet town outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, my wife, Emily, had taken our 6-year-old daughter to visit her parents for the weekend. I stayed home alone. I had work the next morning, so I decided to spend the night watching TV before going to bed. By 11:45 p.m., the entire neighborhood had gone silent. No passing cars, no barking dogs, just the ticking clock, and the sound of rain tapping against the windows. I locked every door, checked every window, turned off the downstairs lights, and headed upstairs at exactly 12:13 a.m. My phone rang, unknown number. I almost ignored it, but something made me answer. Hello? For 3 seconds, there was only silence. Then, a woman's voice whispered, "Daniel." I froze. It sounded familiar.
Don't go down.
Very familiar. Then she said, "Don't go downstairs." My heart started pounding. "Who's this?" No answer, only slow breathing. Then the call ended. I stared at my phone. Unknown number. No caller ID, no location, nothing. I tried calling back. The call failed instantly. I told myself it was probably a prank. I placed the phone on my nightstand, turned off the lamp, and closed my eyes. Less than 2 minutes later, the phone rang again. Unknown number. I answered immediately. "What do you want?" The same woman whispered. "They're already inside." Every hair on my arms stood up. "Who?" This time, she didn't answer. Instead, I heard something else. Footsteps, slow, heavy, wooden footsteps, as if someone was walking through my downstairs hallway. I sat upright in bed, listening. The house was completely silent. No footsteps, no movement. Nothing. I grabbed the baseball bat I kept beside the closet. Slowly, I walked toward the bedroom door. My hands were shaking. Every step felt louder than the last. I opened the bedroom door and looked down the dark staircase. Nothing. The living room below was completely dark. Then, my phone vibrated again. A text message. Unknown number. It said only 6 words. "He's standing behind the kitchen door." I looked downstairs. From where I stood, I couldn't even see the kitchen. But suddenly, I realized something. Whoever sent that message knew the layout of my house. And there was only one way they could know that. They were inside. To be continued. The woman who called from my own house. Someone was inside. I didn't move. My eyes stayed fixed on the dark staircase. The message echoed in my head. He's standing behind the kitchen door. There was no way anyone outside could know the layout of my house unless they were already inside. I quietly stepped backward, locked my bedroom door, and dialed 911. The operator answered immediately. 911. "What's your emergency?" I whispered. "I think someone broke into my house." She asked for my address, then told me, "Stay where you are. Officers are on the way." I looked at the clock. 12:21 a.m. Only 8 minutes since the first phone call. It felt like hours. Then, a loud bang downstairs. Something heavy had fallen. The operator heard it too. What was that? I don't know. Stay in your room. My breathing became faster. Then, another text arrived. Unknown number. Don't make any noise. A second later, another message. He knows you're upstairs. I felt sick. I slowly backed away from the bedroom door, holding the baseball bat so tightly my hands hurt. Then, I heard it. A floorboard creaking, Right outside my bedroom, one slow step, then another. Someone was walking in the upstairs hallway. I stopped breathing. The footsteps stopped right outside my door. Silence. Then 3 soft knocks. Knock, knock, knock. I couldn't speak. I couldn't move. The doorknob slowly turned. Once, twice, then stopped. Whoever was outside was trying to open it. The operator whispered, "Daniel, are you still there?" Before I could answer, the woman called again. Unknown number.
You finally
I answered
found
without
me.
thinking. She whispered, "Don't open the door." I whispered back, "Who are you?" She answered, "You already know me." My heart nearly stopped. The voice sounded exactly like Emily, my wife, but Emily was over 200 miles away. I asked, "Emily?" The voice became louder. "No, don't trust him." Then, the call ended. At that exact moment, the footsteps outside started running fast across the hallway toward the stairs, then downstairs, then silence. A minute later, red and blue lights flashed through my bedroom window. Police. I rushed downstairs. 3 officers entered the house. They searched every room, every closet, the basement, the attic. Nothing. No broken windows, no open doors, no footprints. Nothing had been stolen. One officer looked at me. "You sure someone was here?" I showed him the text messages. Every single one had disappeared. No missed
He's right
calls,
outside the door.
no
Please
unknown
help
number,
me.
nothing. As if none of it had ever happened. The officer smiled politely. "You probably had a nightmare." I wanted to believe him until the next morning. I walked into my kitchen and froze on the wooden floor, covered in muddy footprints. Were wet boot prints. They started at the back door and ended right behind the kitchen door, exactly where the text message said, "Someone had been standing. To be continued." The woman who called from my own house. Part 3. The voice that saved me. I couldn't stop staring at the muddy footprints.
I'm in the
The
room
police
where
had
you started.
searched the house twice. They found nothing. But the footprints were real. They led from the back door to the kitchen, then stopped. No footprints leaving the house. It was as if whoever stood there had simply vanished. I called the police again, this time. A detective arrived. His name was Mark Sullivan. He carefully examined the footprints, then asked me one question. "Has anyone ever died in this house?" I shook my head. "I bought it 2 years ago." He nodded slowly. "You might want to learn about the previous owners." That afternoon,
Look
I
behind
visited the county records office. The woman behind the desk searched the address, then handed me an old newspaper clipping. The headline read, "Local woman
How is this
murdered
happening?
during home invasion. The victim's name, Emily Carter." My hands began to shake. My wife's name was Emily Carter. Different
out of the
person,
house.
same name. According to the article, the woman had been alone one night when someone broke into the house. She called 911, but the officers arrived too late. The intruder had been hiding behind the kitchen door, exactly where the text message warned me. I drove home without saying a word. That night, I couldn't sleep. At 12:13 a.m., my phone vibrated. Unknown number. This time, I answered immediately. "Hello?" The same soft voice whispered, "You're safe now." I asked, "Who are you?" There was a long silence. Then she quietly said, "I couldn't save myself, but I could save you." The call ended forever. The next morning, I installed security cameras, new locks, motion sensors, everything. Nothing unusual happened again. 3 months later, Emily and my daughter
Already
came
answered
home.
this call.
Life slowly returned to normal. until one rainy afternoon. My daughter walked into the kitchen. She looked toward the back door and smiled. I asked, "What are you looking at?" She pointed toward the kitchen doorway, then said something that still keeps me awake at night. The nice lady says, "She doesn't have to protect us anymore." I felt my blood run cold. "What lady?" My daughter smiled. "The lady who stands behind the kitchen door." She described her perfectly. Long brown hair, blue sweater, kind smile. Exactly like the photograph in the old newspaper. My daughter had never seen that picture. Never. We moved out. A month later, I've never gone back. But every year, on October 14th, at exactly 12:13 a.m., my phone rings. Unknown number.
I'm still
I
here.
never answer anymore, because deep down, I already know who's calling.